That's just how life works out. Time runs fast and so does everybody else. It's hard not to get lost in the busy days of life. Just remember who you are and you'll be just fine. 'Cause you don't know what to say, and I don't know what to say to you at all. Life's getting away from us, and it's okay if we go in different directions. I just need some time to take this all in. Running too fast, and I just can't keep up. Let's just stand still for a moment, just for a moment. Better watch what I say before you tarnish my name. You won't stop until you've got my tongue tied with lies. You've got my tongue tied.
welcome everybody to week 9. This is it. This is the final week that teams have to get those wins in, avoid those losses, and put their place in the playoffs. And starting things off, it's my privilege to be joined in the casting booth to get our first game of the night underway. It's the legend himself, all the way from across the pond. It is Liquid Sight. How are you doing, buddy?
Very well. Thank you for the generous introduction. I'm always happy to be part of this stream. It's exciting to see what this organization puts on. The players are what make this organization. The viewers, everything is just seamless. Everything in the behind the scenes, broadcasters, casters. This is always fantastic to be here, and I feel quite privileged to be one of the Canadians that are part of the casting team. So it is very exciting, as you mentioned. It is week 9. There's not really a whole lot of chances for movement tonight. And today, the first matchup we have is Fearless Charlie and Anarchy coming up in the Rival Series. And this is a 7th place versus 10th place. So this is really a moment to try and make your last-ditch efforts to claw yourself back into contention.
It is indeed. And I mean, we can sort of see there the stats-wise, we're in 10th place. Charlie have got really nothing left to play for in this one. They are out of it. But on the opposite side, Anarchy, they're currently 3 wins behind the next place, which is Mirage in 6th. That coveted last spot in the playoff. So basically, with 2 series left to play for, this is Anarchy's first of this week. They need to get some wins on the board to give them a shot of creeping into those playoffs. Obviously, Mirage are kind of in the driving seat with 3-game win advantage. So, you know, when you get to this point, it's pretty much do or die site for Anarchy. If they don't get any wins and they have a really bad day today, then this could be just absolute devastation for them. And they'll just shoot themselves in the foot going into the final series of the week.
It's an interesting matchup because you mentioned Fearless Charlie pretty much out. Their season is done. So this is an upset game for them. There's no stress on them. Symbiotes, everything is on them. They have to be on point. So the stress has to be insurmountable for each one of those players. If I was Fearless Charlie, I'd be trying to do stupid things. You know, go for things we haven't tried all season. At this point, what the heck? It doesn't matter. Ceiling shots, no problem every time. You know, hanging out on someone's backboard, might as well. Because at this point, you're out of contention. So now you're playing for stream. So I hope all of Buddha's teammates, the whole franchise is in here cheering for him. I know Buddha's already in here. He's probably got his shirt off and just twirling it like crazy to try and get the rest of his team pumped. But this is quite going to be the matchup because if Symbiotes lose any one of these games, it could be detrimental for them.
It could indeed, and definitely you got to for Luke there, the captain for the Anarchy team. He's got to basically hold the line on this one. He's put in some good points on the board there throughout the season, and this is his time now to shine and to make sure that Buddha's shirt gets put straight back on. And that's going to be on his shoulders. But it's good. The interesting thing, we were speaking about this before we came live, is the prediction. And for us, Liquid, it seems like we're both on the same page for this one. And I can't see it going any other way other than a clean sweep for Anarchy. I know Buddha's probably going to absolutely just slate us for this. But for me personally, this is Anarchy's time to shine. And they are going to bring the big guns for this one, I reckon.
It's definitely win or lose. And you saw in there, Luke had 57 games played. Like, the man has not had a break. He needs a vacation. He needs to win these games, take a little bit of break, and get ready for playoffs. So I don't know if you're ready, but I'm ready to see how this one's going to play out. I'm ready to give the checkered flag a go-ahead, or green flag, sorry, to go ahead to see how this game plays out.
I was about to say, we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves that one if we were already raising the checkered flag after we've just given our predictions. Let's see if the players can actually sort of make our dreams, not really dreams, but make our predictions come true. So let's just tell them to get this game underway. That's enough waffle from the both of us. And we'll see whether these two teams can give us an epic game to start off the night. Of course, after this one, we got 2 more coming up for you in the prospect here. But we'll talk about that later, because kicking things off is, of course, Anarchy versus Charlie.
I was watching some YouTube. I can't remember what the stream was, but I was watching some YouTube a little while ago, and it was talking about the hitboxes. And I've never really been a fan of the hitboxes and understanding the difference. You know, I'll play in a Scarab. It doesn't really matter, especially in my tier. You know, no one's really making good hits anyways.
Crazy,
but it was
man.
very, very interesting to see how they were talking about the hitboxes, and it's the visualization why the Fennec has become most popular, because the hitboxes are actually lined up with the physical model itself. So I only mentioned that because I think I saw 1 or 2 Fennecs out there on the field as they're starting to make a play, as Fearless Charlie and Anarchy trying to figure each other out as this ball goes middle, and Alex is able to get the great 50-50 and a shot almost over the last defender. Bailey had to make quite the save, and now Fearless Charlie is trying to break themselves out and bring the pressure on.
Oh, indeed, and I got to admit, I love the new overlay. I can't give it enough hype as Lucas getting a good save in their near post. I can't get over the overlay basically, but it is confusing when I've got a blue and orange team, but the teams on the stream are red and blue. It's doing my head in. So if I mix teams up early doors, I'm just blaming it on that fact. But yeah, at the moment, no goals on the board for either team.
Here we go. Ooh.
Oh, I nearly first caster's curse was nice, but I get away with that one.
That was a nice save, and there was a demo on the field to relieve a lot of that pressure, and we see Anarchy driving down the field, removing a player from contention, and DMS Toe has got a lot of time here to set themselves up. Not the first touch he wants as it goes towards the net, and Lucas was just waiting eagerly for that kick out. DMS Toe did not get that first touch. Lucas threw it down, and Toe not able to get his total foot in front of the ball to stop it before it crosses the goal line.
I think the word on the street is Buddha's shirt has already been removed, but it might have been a bit premature because we've still got a few games left. But he'll certainly be loving the fact that they've taken an early lead, and probably against what people might be expecting in this one. So it'll be interesting with 3 minutes left whether they can hold on and cause an upset early doors. But almost immediately, Alex trying to get the response in for Anarchy, and great save on the line there as the ball gets punted up the other end of the field to Charlie now, and see if they can double the lead. Lucas, not quite on that occasion, but interesting as we're reaching the halfway point. Maybe the nerves might just be starting to creep in early doors for Anarchy. Who knows?
It's definitely interesting to see how this game is going. There's really no one clear winner that's coming out. I mean, obviously, Fearless Charlie has the only goal, but really there hasn't been an insurmountable amount of pressure on one side or the other. There's a few demo plays, a good attempt at a double hit, and just people throwing themselves at the ball. Here's a good slow play by Liam Nicholson, able to slow the play down just a small amount. Bailey falling in that ball and going right back to Liam again, not able to collect it well enough to get a solid shot. Bailey off the backboard to Nicholson. What a save, cutting down that angle completely was Meaty Pig. Liam Nicholson, low boost, able to get a small touch, and now it just looks like Fearless Charlie has thrown all the people at the ball, and the ball hasn't gone anywhere. This is starting to become a little bit more pressure and control in Fearless Charlie's end as Anarchy is trying to line themselves up, get those passing plays going, but they gave the ball away once again. Fearless Charlie not able to get the touch that he wanted. Lucas is up to control it back into their corner. This is the man with the goal on the board. Liam Nicholson, what an interesting way to get his car flipped around. Not able to get a solid shot, and this had a little bit of panic in Fearless Charlie's end. Anarchy's got to have a great pass there. Toe not able to get the whole hit on it. Meaty Pig throws it in the middle again. Fearless Toe throws it in the middle. This is turning into an opportunity, as there we see the dams have broken. They have busted through the donut, and they have got a single goal on the line. And once again, yeah, shout out to this amazing overlay. As you see some of the sponsors that pop up in there, feel free to check them out. Obviously, anyone who supports us, it does wonders for how the rest of this stream and the future years go.
Love it. Love the mention of the sponsors there. That was very subtle. I love it. Got to give them a shout out indeed. But Anyway, back to the important things, the action going on the field. It's 1-1 with the clock ticking down towards the 0 seconds, and it looked like Anarchy were trying their hardest to bring us back into it, and they might just get a second one here, and they have. They've finally shown up. As early first half of this game was very much Fearless Charlie seeming in control and getting the shots in, but the awkward touch there from Liam Nichols lays it off into the path of DMS Toe, and they will be breathing a sigh of relief, but there's still plenty of time on the clock. Just over 30 seconds left for Fearless Charlie to cause a bit of a panic at the back there though for Lucas. Got to make sure he sends that one into the corner, and it seems like Charlie, they've still got a chance though to cause a bit of an upset, but if Anarchy can just hold the line, then we could see this going to plan for our predictions here.
Here we go. Oh! Clean up!
I was too focused on my predictions there. I shouldn't have said it, because it's just the ultimate caster's curse there, as Charlie heard what I said and thought, well, Lucas indeed thought, no, we're not having this. We want to make this one a bit of a closer affair, and we could be seeing our first OT of the series here. So
Liam Nichols had a fantastic play there. He got the ball on the top of his hood, was able to move it up and bump the last defender, and Lucas was able to slot that in, not missing the open net. The clock has hit 0. It doesn't mean the game's over, and now we are into overtime. It is sudden death, single goal, and those kickoffs are always deadly. Here we go with DMS Toe trying to gain a little bit of control, not able to get a solid enough shot to get past the lost defender, as Liam Nichols has to make a little bit of an awkward play. Bailey kicks it out, didn't go far enough, and Toe rockets it back in. Liam Nichols then again throwing it into the middle. These are dangerous controls by Liam, not able to get it into the corner, but just been throwing it out in the middle. Meaty Pig tries to get a bump there on Lucas. He has been solid, and this is turning into some pressure.
Oh, the triple commit! Oh, he's ended up in the back of the net. Oh, just sheer panic there on the line from Fearless Charlie. Just left acres of space, and Meaty Pig, what a bacon shot. That was such a poor pun. I was trying my best to think of something there, and it just did not come together. But it came together for his shot on target, though, because it's ended up in the back of the net. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, Anarchy are going to be breathing a sigh of relief on that one, because to me, Fearless Charlie were looking very, very much in it at the start there. And yeah, it's interesting to sort of see the amount of shots he got there from Fearless Charlie. They pretty much all came in the first half there. But it was a bit nervy starts, I think, for Anarchy. So maybe we might just see that sort of just help them settle the nerves a little bit.
Anarchy was definitely chasing on that game. And those last few moments of overtime, we saw Fearless Charlie, both Liam Nichols and Bailey on top of each other. I believe maybe it was Lucas. They were on top of each other on the back post. Nobody was going, I suspect, low boost. And just pure panic just completely came in. Lucas was able to get that goal, put themselves on the board maybe I'm doing this all backward, but Anarchy was able to get that goal and secure that win. That is definitely a sigh of relief for them, because that is one game that they need, but they really squeaked that one by. Like I think I mentioned in the middle of that game, there was really no one that had a whole lot of control for a long time. So the great thing about this league is even when the underdog, the teams are down and out, you can't really count them, because there's still a chance, there's still an opportunity for them to come back. As we go into game 2, I would like to see Anarchy open themselves up a little bit more, hopefully them not chasing. If they score the first goal, it'll be interesting to see how well they do, as both teams just kind of whiff. There's a shot on the net. Bailey tries to flick it high, is going to just leave it for his teammate to try and collect boosts. And now this is kind of a one-on-one between Meaty Pig and Liam Nicholson. As they throw it into the corner, Bailey was able to get up just in time, and the ball's going the other way. This has been a little bit of a game of ping pong, as no one really has been able to set up. Here's an opportunity and a read by Liam Liam Nicholas
You get there in a
was
minute.
able to read the ceiling hit and slot it right in the net. There was no one on the back post. Meaty Pig was pushed up. DMS Toe was in the front post. That's 1 goal, and here we see Anarchy chasing again.
It seems like just there's a slight nervousness about Anarchy's play, even in this second game here, and credit to Fearless Charlie, they are capitalising on it early doors, but we saw, you know, as long as Anarchy can just keep this game to within sort of touching distance, then there's every chance that they can bring themselves back into this one. But slightly against the run of play, Charlie are 1-0 ahead and trying to find a second one there. Good challenge in midfield by Meaty Pig, and the save on the line coming from Lucas. Had to make sure he got something on the end of that one as Meaty Pig trying to force it into the back of the net. Not quite on that occasion, but a minute and a half, coming up to a minute and a half of playing on the clock. And Anarchy putting in a good few attempts, but no golden opportunities just yet.
No, it hasn't really been one team's game. It's been one great read. It worked out well, and you got a goal in the other team's net. So now, as we see Anarchy low boost, Alex trying to make a play, was able to sneak it by 1, but Lucas throws it at the net, and DMS Toe was going to launch it back. Liam Nicholas there to intercept. What a great little touch by his teammate, as Toe is in there to just cause some push on the goal line, not able to get it past everyone. There was the moment for Anarchy to tie it up, but there is still 3 minutes left to play, and I think they have a pretty good chance, of any, to try and turn this into something.
You will see indeed. Here comes Liam Nichols on the left hand side. Bailey shot though. Clanger of a shot coming in top bins there, as Liam Nichols just making it awkward for Toe. Fell nicely into the path of Bailey, and what a shot that is from the angle, getting in the top bins there. 2-goal advantage now for Fearless Charlie, and it's just not working out at the moment for Anarchy, it seems. They've only registered 3 shots, which is exactly the same as Charlie, but they're just not able to set any sort of dominance, as Bailey, the flick off the crossbar into the path of Lucas, can't quite get on the end of that one, and this at the moment is looking potentially a minor upset for Anarchy, as you feel like to give themselves the best chance in reaching those playoffs, they need that clean sweep, and just conceding 1 game in this series could cause their season to end early.
Well, it's been an opportunity here for Anarchy to win the game, but they, maybe this is a situation where the nerves are just that tight. We saw Fearless Charlie with their nerves in the first game, and now maybe they have the realization that, this doesn't really matter anymore. This is all for just fun and games, as I almost used the wrong vernacular for that and would have caused some PG moments.
It's fine. We can bleep it out later on. I don't know. Nobody. Yeah, it'll be fine.
We can do it in post.
Yeah, exactly. But to the game at hand, though, they got to find a goal quickly, you feel, Anarchy. Otherwise, if Charlie get a third one, then that is it. They're just going to lock down. The shot coming in and saving the line there by Meaty Pig. Good at saving, pushes it into the corner, trying to break away, but not able to get it past Bailey. Ball just being a little bit awkward here in the corner. Here comes DMS. So gets it round 1. There's the opportunity they wanted, and it was a lovely bump play, which I think just threw off Lucas there from Meaty Pig. It was indeed the bump that got on the end of it, just cleared the line for Toe to drive up through the middle, and that's just what they needed. But they've still got to find 1 more goal, and they've got 1:17 to do it.
Good on Toe. Probably good communications in that room to be, this is a kickoff goal.
But his shirt has just been thrown out the window, I think.
What I was going to say was that was great team play by Anarchy. Toe kept the ball, had a lot of patience. There was a lot of low fives there by Fearless Charlie getting on the field. But that second to last goal now, not the last goal, great communication, great patience. They need more of that, as Toe has an opportunity to move the ball down the field. Meaty Pig tries to take a shot. It is just pinched by Bailey to make that stop, but missed play by Alex. Unable to get that shot. There's a demo on the play. Hopefully that gives them a moment to collect themselves. Here comes hopefully a backboard read, and Meaty Pig makes no mistake and clears that ball well into the back of the net.
All right now, lads. Just remember what happened last time. Don't concede off the kickoff, and you've got yourselves a chance of tying things up before the clock hits 0. So we will see if it's Alex, I love it by the way, against Lucas. And it seems like Lucas has got the better of it. It's DMTO got to make sure it does indeed clears it off to the backboard, but Nichols not able to send that one on target. So they survived the kickoff goal, but the ball's firmly in their half at the moment, and they've got to find a way within 30 seconds left to try and bring up the other end. But Bailey almost getting on top of that one. Not quite quick enough on that occasion. Here comes Nichols though, trying to punt it over. Alex on the line, and that's a lovely touch, but it's fallen to Lucas. Ooh. And what a save by Meaty Pig! 18 seconds left on the clock. Can they find that equalising goal?
This is quite the nail biter there. They need to get this pressure. They need to get this control. It has not gone their way, but as we see in this transition, that was a shot that they needed as another missed ball. This is not the last 10 seconds that they wanted for this play, as Fearless Charlie only has to get the ball onto the ground. It's not down yet. It is still going, but this might be it here. Alex is going to throw it on. Lucas puts it down. Toe had a shot, was not able to get enough power on it, and it doesn't go, and they concede one game. And fortunately, for people that don't know, RSC runs on a series 4, so every game counts. It is not a best of, it is every game counts. And here, us being in week 9 here, every game really counts, especially if you are Anarchy. So that one stings a little bit. A 1-goal loss versus the last game, which was a 1-goal win. So you got to collect yourselves. Fearless Charlie, I mean, you guys keep doing what you're doing. You look like you're having fun. You look like it's a lot of fast and loose. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of double commits like there was in the first game. So for me, it looks like their game plan's winning. I'd be out there screaming and having a lot of fun. There's a good amount of demos on the play, but Anarchy, the one thing that's missing from their arsenal is there is no team plays. There has not been a whole lot of assists. There's been a lot of solo plays trying to get past players. There is 3 people on the field that you have to feed. And there's a good chance you can get by 1 or 2, but at that point, you've probably lost control of the ball. Maybe try some more infield passes. See if that works for you, and let's see how this all plays out in game 3.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, yeah, we saw in that last game there was a beautiful bump play which just opened up the field for Toad to bring up through the middle. And if they can find a bit more of that source between the 3 of them, then you never know, just open up the field a little bit more. But they cannot afford to drop another game if they want to give themselves the best chance that they can in getting the into the playoffs. There's the ball falling nicely into Bob Alex. There's the not quite on that occasion. Great opportunity though, and it was good to see the attempted demo play as well. Seems like the players are starting to communicate with each other, and yeah, just a little bit more aggression, try and clear some space, and you never know, they might find themselves in front.
This is going to be a good counterattack by Fearless Charlie. Unfortunately, a little touch by Liam Nichols. Lucas wanted to go for that. It was dangerous. There was a double commit there by Anarchy, and now there's really no one back. Fortunately, they got away from that one, and Lucas should have turned upfield. Unfortunately, didn't have enough boost. Toe, an unfortunate bounce. Bailey able to get that read and squeak it crossbar down. Just the really unfortunate bounce out of the corner for DMS Toe, put him off his heels. Meaty Pig was moving forward, was going to play it, and it's just one of those slight touches, unfortunate plays. And Bailey, again, Charlie is taking the lead. This is all 3 games. I believe they've got the icebreaker and the lead on all 3 games. And this leaves Anarchy chasing once again.
Yeah, and it plays on the mind as well when you just don't get that first goal just to sort of settle the nerves, and you're basically playing catch up. And it's just even more awkward as well when you know that you need the win. So mentally, it's a bit of a test now for Anarchy, whether they can just settle it down a little bit. Here comes Toe off into the corner. Can't quite get the passing field as it's easily taken away from Bailey. But Anarchy just got to find an opportunity. He might have won it. Alex misses that one. Meaty Pig with a follow-up. Sends it into the back of the net. And the nerves can just settle down slightly. A slight sigh of relief. But they've only tied up the game, and they've got to make sure that they don't allow Charlie another opportunity to go in front.
Meaty Pig, I have to say, has been just a sniper with his shots. There hasn't been too many shots that have gone with an open net that he has missed. So he is playing a great game. Maybe he did his warm-ups beforehand. Toe has been great with flicks, as he's shown another one off there. Meaty Pig trying to throw it into the middle as Liam Nichols is able to collect it, but not out far enough. And Team Anarchy has enough boost to put some pressure on. Toe is going to try and center it here, but there's no one home. Unfortunately, Alix was way back trying to support Meaty Pig on a defensive rotation, which gives an opportunity for Fearless Charlie to break out and try and make this another game. As we are 1-1 with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left, this is basically a 0-0 game.
Oh, nearly spoke too soon as it slams against the post, but yeah, halfway point, and it's all to play for at the moment. Diesto, lovely touch, round one there, takes it to the air, trying to get on the end of this one, finishing touch, and not quite. Meaty Pig can't quite get the follow-up, and a glorious opportunity there. Lovely attempt there, but the attempt nonetheless has gone straight up the other end. Alex saves into Papa. Bailey can't keep the shot down and slams it above the crossbar. And it ends the win stuff at the moment. Toe getting the ball under control, completely loses it on that occasion. Wasn't too sure whether to go stylish or to go play it simple. Instead, just gives the ball straight back to Fearless Alpha, who then try and put on the pressure. And 2 minutes left to play on the clock. Nerves are going up again. It's a case of one mistake, and that could be it for the season.
Yeah, it has been great. There's Meaty Pig again, always dangerous, not really missing a shot. Lucas has got low boost, tries to move it out. Unfortunately, not able to get it all the way out. Toe has an opportunity here, full boost, grabs the extra 100. Here he goes for a solo play. Bailey was on the backboard, but Liam was able to intercept that early, but it is not completely out. This was the pressure that Anarchy needed. However, there are breakout plays, so they have to be careful on transition not to expose themselves to a 2-on-1, as there seems to be almost a team boost steal there. Bailey gets the touch, not able to get all the way in front of the crossbar. Here we see Alix up, able to get it all the way down, but Lucas, what is Nicholas doing on the backboard? What was that? I think he was on the ceiling, but that's the kind of stuff, if you're Fearless Charlie, that you should be doing. Because why not? You're already out. You might as well do stuff. Try and get a clip. There was a banger of a shot just over Meaty Pig's snout, and he's not able to make that last save that he needs. And here we see, again and again, it seems that we're having the history repeat itself. We got 45 seconds left. We got one goal to make, and Anarchy is chasing again.
They've just not shown up. Our confidence, it's like, man, it was on paper it was meant to be, but Toe trying to, you never know what, scratch what I was trying to say then. Toe has stepped up to make sure that there is still a possibility that Anarchy can take this one away. I mean, it's not a pretty goal, but they will care nonetheless. It's ended up in the back of the net. So just over 30 seconds left to play. Will they push hard to try and find a winning goal, or will they just sit back and take this one to overtime and try and get the breakaway? Alex has got the third with 30 seconds left. They've given themselves a chance, but they've just got to make sure that they do not make the mistake that they did in the second game and concede off the kickoff.
What was that bounce? It looked like it was off the corner, but it wasn't really. It was off the wall, and it was the lower half of the bowl, so it bounced up and out, and just perfectly. I mean, Toe got, what a fantastic touch to move it forward a little bit more. So now Anarchy, you have 20 seconds to basically protect a lead here. Try and get your communications up. This is your game to lose at this point. Fearless Charlie, they've got nothing to lose, so they're going to throw everything and the kitchen sink at you here. Let's just see what shakes out as the clock starts counting down. We got 5 seconds on the board. Lucas going to take a nice slow roll. Unfortunate miscommunication there. Lucas got all the boost, but he doesn't have an opportunity to get the ball up. I think Lucas was hoping Liam was going to be able to take that up and around. It didn't go that way, but Anarchy runs away with that game, as it is now 2-1 for Anarchy, and they have one more to get that 3. Now, obviously, Sky, this means that you and I are both wrong, because I believe we both were predicting Anarchy to do a full sweep.
We were indeed. He's like I was saying. I mean, we had the confidence that on paper, you know, a team trying to push towards going into that playoff spot up against a team that were already out of this with nothing left to play for. I think we kind of misread it a little bit, and maybe it is just a case of being on stream, the nerves. It's just unsettled Anarchy a little bit, and they're probably not able to play their usual game. But fair play to Charlie. They are not sitting back and taking this one lightly. They are sort of making it so awkward for Anarchy, and you know, they're taking opportunities when they come, which is the key point here. I mean, Anarchy in that game, they did look a lot better than they did in the previous two games. They got more shots than they Charlie did on the board, but Charlie, they went, you know, they can counter and they can make sure that they hit the back of the net. And when you know, if you're Anarchy, that's going to play havoc with the mental game, and it's going to be, this is it now, basically final game. Can Anarchy give themselves the best opportunity for the final series of the week, or will Charlie cause Buddha to take his trousers off and swing him around his head?
Well, that was 2 quick goals for Anarchy in that last, 45 seconds. I think they got 2 goals within 15 seconds. It was a crazy play, and you know, hats off to Anarchy for turning that game around. That almost seemed like for sure it was lost. Lucas had an unfortunate touch there as it bounced infield, and now Charlie is in a little bit of trouble because there was low boost. Toe wanted a bump. He had no boost as he was coming out of the net. And here we see Meaty Pig, who has just been great. Whether the shots are powerful or not, they seem to always be on the net. An infield pass by Lucas, not able to get the dunk, the bump that he wanted. And I am getting all the latency, packet losses, and everything on my screen.
It's the transatlantic cable. It's just sweating a little bit watching this this game unfold. It's not quite sure how to handle it, but hopefully you can stay with us and see this one out to the end. And certainly Anarchy are doing their best to try and make sure they give themselves a great opportunity. But Charlie are here to play. But at the moment, it's pressure coming in from Anarchy. Alex off the backboard into the path, and toe off the post. Not quite what he wanted. And here comes the counter-attack now from Lucas, but Alex sets that one out. And Bailey just breathes a sigh of relief as it's still 0-0.
I don't know if it's a sigh of relief. They've still got high pressure on them. They don't really have a way to get out yet. And DMS Toe has an opportunity here for a solo play. Liam does not want to give him the opportunity to get all the touches that he wants. And Meaty Pig is back in his own defensive zone to try and slow that down. It is enough for a big power hit by Elix. Lucas is on the midfield wanting a big boom, unable to get it, and Meaty Pig, this is an open net.
Oh! Wow! Clip that one! What a save!
Wow! That was all but a for sure goal. The whole team was converging on the net. Bailey, the last man standing, able to get back as his teammate was demoed. It was just absolute mayhem about to converge, and he comes out the victor, and it is still a 0-0 game as we have just passed the halfway mark. Elix trying to make a play, doesn't feel comfortable with that infield pass. What a pass. Takes both teammates out of the defenders, out of the play. Elix has a good chance there to collect it. Low boost, tries a musky flick, not able to get a hard enough touch. Toe throws it into the corner, and pressure is mounting once again. They got to make sure they don't give Charlie an opportunity to collect boost and get themselves set up. Oh,
here comes Bailey there up the middle. Oh, it's nice, calm and collected there from Toe, taking it into the corner. Trying to take it around one now, right hand side, trying to find a passing field to Alex, just a little bit far forward, and Bailey ties that one up, but it's fallen into path for Meaty Pig. Shot on target, but Lucas, good awareness at the near post then to save it into the corner. This one is certainly on a knife edge at the moment. Good opportunities at both ends. Here comes another one. That's a save off the line from Meaty Pig, I think that was. Sends it into the corner. Nichols trying to set himself up, trying to take around one. Alex on the line off the inside of the post. And my word, can't get any closer than that.
I don't know. The goal line save the other way was pretty darn close, if I do say so myself. Liam Nichols is up. Lucas is trying to make a team play here. not able to be dangerous enough. It was on, but Toe was not falling for anything. He just stayed himself flat foot on the ground, was able to wait both of them out, not able to get the play that they wanted. But the game moves on. We're in the last minute of play. There has been no goals. There has been great control by Anarchy. They have not thrown their third man. They have not thrown two men for double commits. But again, it is Fearless Charlie who is on the attack right now.
Oh,
Liam!
Oh, no!
Was that an own goal?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, no.
I laugh in just pain. It's not anything against Toe, but that is so unfortunate.
Liam was looking dangerous. That ball was coming down the waterfall. I think Toe was aware of the person on the backboard and just not able to get the control that he wanted. And this was a great clear by Elix. DMS Toe not able to get the hit that he wants. Meaty Pig is just going to rifle it back in there. Lucas is up. His teammate is up, but the ball doesn't move very far. This is still dangerous territory for Fearless Charlie as Anarchy has good demo dodge. Oh, here's an infield pass.
Oh,
that's a rocket.
Oh! Oh, what a team play! What an absolute clutch team play! I mean, better late than never, lads. You've taken your time to sort of get your rhythm, find the connection. But the passing, the shot, the goal with 5 seconds left to play, they've given themselves every chance now to try and take something out of this game as we go into... It had to be, didn't it? This is it, the final OT. Is this going to be the season end for Anarchy, or are we going to see them march on into the best chance that they can give themselves for the final series of the season? I don't know which way this is going to go, Sight, but I'm glad to be here.
Well, that play was looking like, again, a team play by Charlie. You know, that's what the game needs, because they've been trying everything else and hasn't worked. These small touches on the offensive side, I think, are creating a little bit more goal opportunities. This is where the pressure starts to really feel, because every little mistake, you know, this is a 1-goal game, so there's no more chances to come back. If you miss a ball, if you whiff ever so slightly, if you don't get the clear, Meaty Pig with the ball. Congratulations, Timians, for taking that game. That was a great bump play. Unfortunate for Bailey, who was not able to keep his composure and get over Meaty Pig. But, you know, hats off to Fearless Charlie. You guys came out here. You made them work for those games. That was a great series. And Anarchy with a 3-1, you got to be happy with that. You still have to win the rest of your games to clinch that last spot. And you just got to hope that the teams that you're chasing drops those games. Meaty Pig shouting out, you like those bumps? Yeah, I do like those bumps. A lot of them were fantastic. I'm a big fan of bump plays. You put yourself out there and you create a lot of open positions for your teammates with those bump plays.
Yeah, I mean, every time I say, I said to the lads in chat beforehand, I envisioned more demos in that series, but they eventually brought it towards the end there, and it just goes to show you, if they, for me, it was definitely a sign, you know, of nerves throughout that series, that they weren't trying those sort of things beforehand. Maybe they were sort of second guessing themselves, and they didn't want to sort of, you know, put too much on the line by sort of being the aggressors and pushing forward as series MVP. That's an interesting one. The tech has given it to DMS Toe. I don't know whether I would agree with that one. Meaty Pig was certainly putting in some bit of a performance as well, but yeah, fair play to, you know, Toe did put in a good performance. I don't know about you, Sight, whether you give it to anybody else in that one.
You know, I would say Toe had probably some of the best mechanics on that team on the ground. He was a lot of the times flicking. He was making a lot of space. Meaty Pig had solid shots. They didn't always go in, but they were a threat every single time. So, you know, to give it to Toe, I'm for it. You know, 1,700 points across 4 games is no slouch. So he clearly got, I think, 1 or 2 MVPs throughout that series. You know, I think that's fair play there. Meaty Pig, again, he kind of stuck out for me as well. But at the end of the day, the whole team was there and present. I don't think there was really one person that outshined the other. The whole team worked well with synergy, and hats off for Symbiotes and Anarchy to make a play to try and get into playoffs.
Yeah, and indeed they haven't, because they dropped that one game. They pretty much sit equal at the moment with a Mirage who's just above them, but they've obviously just played the series, so they've got the series in hand. So it's going to be interesting to see whether Mirage, whether that puts a little bit of pressure on them, because they will need to make sure that they get some wins on the board as well. And they're going up against Ox Gaming at some point. I'm not too sure when that's going to happen, but it'll be interesting how that one develops. But they give themselves a shot. It's an outside shot, but it's a shot nonetheless. And fortunately for them, they didn't drop a second game, because if they had done, I don't think we'll be having this discussion basically as to whether they've got a chance to get into the playoffs or not. But you know, I think you said it as well, Syke. Fair play and well played as well to Fearless Charlie for turning up and giving us a great series to cast as well. They didn't sit back. They didn't take it on the chin. They wanted the upset, and they put in a good performance though.
I think, except for the second game, game 1, 2, and 3 were all 1-goal game. I think we had at least 2 overtimes, and the second game was a 2-goal game. So yeah, hats off to Fearless Charlie and Anarchy to battle it out. There was a great game to watch and stream. I think up next we have a prospect game of Obscurity and Propel. So those are teams that I'm not familiar with, and I'm excited to see that. The prospect tier, I have some feels for that tier, being a former player in the prospect tier. So I do like seeing those levels of play. Morris Sky, I don't know, are you're done? This is the 1-hour stream for you.
It is indeed. I'll be back on Sunday, I believe, to kind of round off the week's play, and that's going to be an interesting one to see how everything sort of developed. But yeah, like you say, we've got coming up for you Prospect. It's a sort of near the top of the table, sort of teams band out to try and give themselves the best position that they can going into the playoffs. So it's going to be a fun one to stick around and watch that one. You've got Sir Winalot joining you. I mean, it's the North American duo, so that's going to be absolutely insane to watch. And yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll round this off for us tonight. It's been a pleasure as well. But yeah, we'll be back in about just over 10 minutes, so stick around for that one.
See you in a bit.
things you do, yeah, think that you lose inside. Yeah, you can turn your back on me, I don't really mind, but don't look back on me, I know all the time. Cause when you're back on me, I know that it don't feel right. Hey, sometimes you just make me want it. I'm sick of all the things you do, yeah, think that you lose inside. Yeah, you can turn your back on me, I don't really mind, but don't look back on me, I know all the time. Cause when you're back on me, I know that it don't feel right. Hey, sometimes you just make me want it.
Doctor, look at his...
It's never too late to step out from the circle. I don't see where it ends. It just keeps dragging, dragging, dragging. I won't stop running, running, running. It won't stop coming, coming, coming. You're the one who drags me down. Why do I care? You're nothing but an anchor. I'll carry the weight. You won't bring me an answer. Why do I care? You're nothing but an anchor.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another matchup of RSC. This time, we are in the Ignis Conference in the prospect tier with Propel at second versus Obscurity, who is in fourth. Now, when you look at this matchup, both teams not very far off from each other with 41 wins for Propel and 39 wins for Obscurity. And I am happy to be joined in the booth by Sir Win-A-Lot. Welcome to the booth here. I have never casted with you, so this is exciting for me to have someone new in the booth for me.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not Sir Win-A-Lot because unfortunately, Sir Win-A-Lot had to go do something. So, I mean, Jasper is here now to cover the cast.
We'll have to update the banner there at some point in time. As we know, sometimes things happen and we do our best to pick out the pieces and run with this because the show must go on as we see Propel and Obscurity going to be battling out. And when we look at the last 5 games, Obscurity is on a winning streak, which is very, very different from Propel, who has taken a few draws and ending in a loss. So it's going to be a different headspace for both of these teams. Clearly a lot on the line for both of these teams because a good clean win of 3-1 or 4-0 can really propel, pun intended, them into a top spot there. As we see both teams there, 41 and 39 for the wins. The losses not too far apart. The shooting percentage and the demos, I'm excited to see those stats.
Oh, yeah. Gonna be a very, very good series, I hope. Coming into this, I'm very excited to be here to cast this. And just looking at these two teams, both of these franchises are renowned franchises, renowned players, renowned people known by a lot of people here. Just very excited to see who can take this series out and who can get the win. And I'm going to ask you this question. Who do you think is going to take the series win, Liquid?
So, Mr. Eggs, Mixter's Egg, I can't pronounce the name and I do apologize. I'm not very good at reading names on the fly. He predicted the 3-1 for Shadow, and I am inclined to agree. Obscurity of the Shadow franchise is showing storming. You know, they're on a win streak. I feel like the team, based on the stats there, are showing a lot of good synergy. So my hat is in them. I don't think they're going to go 4-0. I think 3-1 is fair. but I'm always surprised by how each team ends up on the pitch, and you never know until we're directly on the pitch whether or not the top lineup came out or if they had a substitution, because anything can really happen in this game. But I'm going to throw in for obscurity and see what happens. What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna go the other end. I think Propel is gonna take this series. I'm a fan of always clashing against my co-caster, so I'm gonna say it's gonna be a sweep to Propel.
A 4-0, just straight up 4-0.
Yep,
Propel's gonna run
straight
away
up
with this.
4-0. Propel is going to go on a runaway.
Well, I'm happy to put your money where your mouth is and let these teams start battling it out. I think they are ready to go. I'm going to give them the green flag and see where this kickoff goes. Now, I always like the way kickoff starts because the kickoffs are so dangerous because everyone is low boost, no one is set up, and there's so many things that can happen in a kickoff. And it's interesting to see, as we saw there, Sephora had to make a good save. He's up again for another one. Doesn't quite get it all the way, but he collects it, and it's not quite out. His obscurity is starting to put on some early pressure. There's a shot there, and my goodness, Melty Crispy is keeping the ball in their end. Crazy tried to make a tight angle shot, and Pears and his teammate are collecting it in the corner, but not all the way. Melty Crispy with the midfield pass. It gets sent away, and Crazy didn't quite get the touch. And here we see Propel the other way, gets a little bit of a nick and a bump on the top of their head right over Melty Crispy, and it is a 1-goal game for Propel.
Yeah, Propel coming out strong, not really dealing with any pressure negatively. They know how to get that ball out and at least to a goal. Sephora off that kickoff, they do quite well, and that's Sephora now getting a 50 against Seppi. Pears to the middle. Pears going for a solo play, drives it, gets a post it, and that's Cal to get a backflip. Very unfortunate, could have led to a second goal, but count the blessings, obscurity, because that's a shot from Seppi, and it's not gone in. Now we are seeing a flip in pressure as Propel are getting that ball forward. Seppi and Crazy having to get a double commit there. And it's now Cal to the corner. No real pressure though, because Melty Crispy able to clear that ball nicely away. And Sight, we've already seen such a heavy start to the game. Surely now that we've seen an early goal and we've seen these two teams start to get used to each other, surely they'll start to even out now.
Yeah, it has been a little bit of a back and forth, but that was a great first minute of just absolute pressure by Obscurity. Was not able to get much more, nothing for their efforts, but I think if they keep the way they are going, they are going to get something. Those dams are going to burst. As Sephora is out there showing some mechanical skill, able to get it by the whole team and maintain control. He's now got 0 boost, tries a midfield pass. There's a double commit, a missed touch, and here we see Crazy trying to take his time to kick it infield. Melty Crispy, a well-known player. I enjoyed playing against that man on the field and in the pitch, and Callie not able to get the touch he wanted, and now there is no boost there. There's a bump play, just absolute floater, not able to get this ball under the crossbar as 2 shots rebound voraciously off that crossbar as absolutely Obscurity tries to get one on the board. And there was a sharp angle shot from Melty Crispy as Propel was trying to push the goal across the goal line, the ball across the goal line and out of the way, and Melty Crispy was there to just meet it. Didn't have a whole lot of room and about 4 cars to squeak it through.
Definitely. Crispy done very well there in the Rocket League chat. At the start of the game, Crispy's asked if anyone else is on the beers, so maybe that's an indicator for how Crispy will be playing this series. That's a lovely touch there from Crazy. Sephora now driving that ball in the air, going for a solo play, doesn't go for a reset, but gets it through. It is Crazy to get a lovely save, a crazy save you could actually say, as the ball is now cleared away. Crazy there, going for a great touch. Doesn't happen. That's Pears now. Pre-jumping. Lovely pinch. Cal now up. Cal, will he get the double? He doesn't get the double, but Pears. Silly jump there, but it's a lovely touch,
no.
and it's in the net to clear the goal. Back to 2-1.
That was a double commit by both, I think, Seferitz and Crazy. Sepia trying to come out to meet that ball, and just a slow lob gets him over both of them and gives Propel the lead again. So here we see Obscurity trying to chase my guys, though. I've banked everything on to get a 3-goal, a 3-1 in the series, and this first game is not really going their way.
Definitely not, and it's really... It might put a little bit of wonder, because that's a shot that should be in the net, and just a little bit more clinicality, and that's how you get that goal. You know, taking your time. No player was really pressuring there, and now pressure. Now flipped. Crispy getting a bit of a whiff. That's going to be Cal now. Cal to the corner. Crispy. Bit of a missed touch there. That's a shot from Pears, but Crazy's there. Again, the person that's leading the backlines and leading the defence. Ball now. Pears off the side wall, not able to get anything. That's Septi now, trying to get a clear away. Does so quite well. A double commit from Sephora and Cal, which could paint a bad picture. Shot,
Oh.
Pears. Whoa, I didn't even see the touch. Whoa, bumps going out. Oh my word. What's just happened on the goal front? Oh my word.
Somebody dropped a bag of marbles on the on the goal line as cars just danced and pirouetted all around the ball. There was barely any touches. People were scrambling. The ball was slowly going in the net, and we're at a tie game with 49 seconds left. That was just absolute mayhem and a joy to watch. You have to feel for the players on the field because you know what went through their mind there as Callie tried to get an infield pass. It just unfortunately flew past the ball. Sephora is able to try and control it. Not enough there as Septi has almost an open net to shoot out. He comes across. Didn't get a demo on that. I think somebody should get a radar on that and make sure he's going fast enough because that looked clean to me. Melty Crispy got a great 50-50, not able enough to control it as it's going the other way. Crazy gets a small little touch. It's rolling up the wall. His teammate Melty Crispy, I don't think he's got enough boost to make the strong enough play. Callie has enough to read that totally. And Septi didn't get the touch he wanted. I think we might be going overtime here as it's 2-2, another dangerous kickoff, and away we go. It's a 1-goal game for this game as RSC has a series of 4.
Cal, now. Oh my god,
no.
Peppers! The 50! Oh no! Oh, that's such an unfortunate own goal. Oh no! That is just horrible timing. Septi, you have to
He
feel
was
bad
bumped.
for Obscurity. You have
Septi
to
was
feel
bumped
bad.
by Melty Crispy. So now is this a fail of the week? This has to be a fail of the week because Melty Crispy bumped Septi into it and totally just knocked that all the way in. Now the ball was on the line, so there was a good opportunity was going in, but you have to feel for them. A short overtime just absolutely ruined by an own goal as Obscurity drops the first game. So now, clearly, in order for my prediction to come all the way true, they cannot lose a single one more.
Oh, I mean, you'd hope that's going to happen. And right now, I'm just hoping that this momentum... Oh, play on the franchise name, you could say. You just hope that it carries through and it just leaves them to, hopefully, my prediction of an easy sweep. But we'll have to see. Because, I mean, it's RSC. We all know that anything can happen in the RSC. And with the best of 4 series, it really misleads you in some places because you really do think that, will Team X get a good series, and then the opposite can happen. Underdogs always can get the favor.
I have to say that first game, from what I remember, Melty Crispy is a little bit of a physical player, and I didn't see a whole lot of demos on either defense or offense from him. So perhaps he's getting his legs under him. Perhaps his legs are a little bit wobbly. Who knows? As he mentioned, he was enjoying some afternoon delight. So we'll see if this game is any different as Callie blocks that. Septi throws that. Melty Crispy fakes a touch. And there's a demo play by Septi to slow that play absolutely down. Melty Crispy is trying
to make a play out of that one. Excuse me, Septi is trying to make a play out of that one as Callie collects it out of the corner, and I think we're going to see pressure going the other way now.
Yep, pressure flips. That's a nice shot, but a lovely 50 from Crazy. Bump there, Pairs. Bit awkward in the corner, but Sephora's there. Sephora goes for the double. Oh, just off the inside of the post. And it's a lovely save from Crazy again. The saviour of this team, and Crispy gets a little bit of a whiff. Crazy tries to get a double touch off the opponent, and that's a lovely touch for into the corner. That's Callie with a misplay. Sephora hits it. Callie just there though, gets an unfortunate read, and that's a tight shot by Callie. Lovely save here. First minute and already unparalleled amounts of action this game.
There has been lots of back and forth. No real team coming out the victor as showing they're in control. As Crazy had all the time in the world. He had to challenge that one a little bit early. Crazy is able to get over top of that. Sephora is making his mechanical move here to get all the way down the field. Crazy meets it for a 50 and it pops wide. Melty Crispy tries to get another touch as Crazy tries to challenge that, not able to get it. Septi is taken out of the game, out of the play, and Sephora tries to bump it back into the middle, and we see Obscurity down and away, trying to collect themselves, get a little bit more boost.
Oh my god!
Crispy, is this another own goal?
Oh.
That was on the line and very, very threatening to make the first goal, and it would have been a bit of a weird, awkward goal, the first one. Melty Crispy has boost, he has ball. Is he going to pass it all the way up to Crazy? Not able to get the shot that he wants. Septi not able to get the touch he wants. His Pear's trying to control this. He has all the boost, but he's got a lot of pressure. This is a dangerous ball. I think most of Propel had low boost. Crazy goes in for the boost steal, and Septi now has control of the ball.
Sephora needs to get that cleared away. Done so. That's Callie with a shot, but Crazy just there to get an easy clear. No real contention there. Lovely demo. Nice boom away. Double commit. These teams, they need to get their comms sorted out because one of these double commits will lead to a misfortunate play. That's Callie now. Sephora up. Septi, unfortunate. This could just be in, but Crispy will be there to get a lovely save. Crazy now. Flick to their side. Sephora unable to get bumped. Lovely plays. This is Pairs now. Pairs driving that ball forward. Sephora tries to go for a pinch. A little bit unfortunate. You know, we've not even seen a goal this game. These teams are so close in this action. Arguably, there probably should have been some goals for Propel and for Obscurity. Both of these teams, you know, quite unfortunate. But just this immense pressure that both of these teams are feeling right now, I bet the second game, whoever wins it, they will definitely have the upper hand for the rest of the series, don't you think, Chris?
Oh? I'm not on the field, not Crispy. I am Liquid. That's all right, though. We all get caught up in the game. I would agree that the person that wins this game, what an infield pass. Oh, just off the post. What a play there by Team Propel to try and get the first goal. That's been the first real passing play I think that we've seen this game. As some of the bumps come out, Melty Crispy, what a flick. Able to control it, not able to get the back pass as both of Obscurity's team players got put back. Was that a read? Did he pre-flip that? I think he did. Solid play by Pairs to not let that ball get cleared by Septi. 47 seconds. Now, I believe the turnaround goal in the last game was scored with 49 seconds left. So teams here really leaving it down to the wire to make a play.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, not much time left, and 35 seconds, and Obscurity, they need to get a goal, because if not, this game will just be out of their hands. Pairs now, just trying to keep it away, wasting time into that corner as we slowly see the time trickling. The warning flags are there. 20 seconds left on the clock, and that's a shot. Pairs with a very awkward save. Crispy up, Crispy whiffs the ball. Pairs just needs to get a clear away, but it doesn't come to play. This ball is in no man's land. Septi with a shot gets saved away from Cali. 5 seconds left. Can we see a last second goal? Come on, Obscurity. They need this to keep any hope of getting, well, of Crispy's prediction to be right. But Propel take the series. Wait, not the series.
That was
the
just
game.
an unfortunate opportunity there. They wanted the flick. It didn't go high enough to make a play out of it. And if you're going to keep calling me Crispy, that's fine. We're going to have to change my name. I'm all for it. We'll call him Melty and I'll be Crispy.
Oh.
It's a 1-goal game. Not a whole lot of mistakes. As we saw, both ends, the crossbar and the post were doing wonders in that game. And that could have really gone either way. Propel walks away with another game. They're at 2-0. And by your prediction, and both of us, I agreed. I think this has really set the tone. And now Obscurity has a bit of an emotional uphill battle because they've lost both games where I feel like they could have won them. They had great pressure on both games, just not able to convert that into clearly either a goal or enough goals to take away the win.
100%. You know, the art of it, a 1-goal game, it's just anything can happen in a 1-goal scoreline game. As perfect timing. My Rocket League has crashed.
That's all right. You're still in Discord, so you just have to listen to me waffle on for a little bit as we're going into the third game. It's really interesting to see which person is really going to come out. We have seen all these team members play: Cali, Sephora, Pears, Melty, Crispy, Crazy, and Septi. No really one person has stood out. There hasn't been a whole lot of bump plays. There hasn't been a whole lot of demos. There hasn't been a whole lot of misplays. As we saw, that last game was only a 1-goal game. We need to see a little bit more of the infield pass, those mild touches, as we see Septi just launch one from his own end and scores it from pretty much his goal line here, as Cali was cycling back, but just there was no one pressuring the ball. Septi had a clear shot and Cali had no chance to get back. And this is the first time Obscurity is leading a game.
You could say, I mean, maybe they're scared of me because they scored when I wasn't in the game, per chance. So maybe it's an issue of casters. But that's Pears. As soon as I'm back, Pears gets a shot, gets a lovely goal, and it's now equalised to be 1-1. And I don't know. Maybe Propeller being propelled forward by my prediction, by the hope that I could get a 4-0, and you know, hopefully.
Jasper, you're clearly just the difference maker in this whole team.
Exactly.
You know, as
I'm
soon
not
as
even a
you
player.
leave, Obscurity scores, and then you come back, and what happens? Propel scores. You know, they don't want to let you down out of your prediction, as Sephora is able to take that dangerously across his own goal line. Not able to get it any farther. Septi has all the boost. Unfortunately, not able to get it in the net. Crazy up, trying to make a play. Melty Crispy has an opportunity to kick this in the middle. A bit of a back pass. Septi, Melty Crispy. I don't think the goalie knew what was going on, but that play didn't turn into something that it needed to be, as Sephora just about squeaks that in for a 1-goal lead. Crazy is now chasing this down. He leaves the ball and goes for a goalie. There's no one there, and it's a 1v1 with Septi and Pears. Pears knocks him into oblivion, and he is not to be seen for the next 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure. Melty Crispy tries to make a play, and Crazy kicks it against the sideboard, able to get a touch, not strong enough, but he had a good read. Melty Crispy was up. Now there's 2 of Propel's defensemen up for this ball. They've got to be a little bit low on boost here. Melty Crispy able to keep the ball, but not able to collect the boost at the same time. That would have been very dangerous. Sephora has all the time in the world, but they kick it away very, very quickly. Septi sends it back, and Pears throws that in the middle. Melty Crispy and Crazy both up for it. Septi's up for it. At this point, it just seems like Obscurity is trying to control the ball, but they are not able to get it where it needs to be. Melty Crispy, good job dodging a demo and not able to get the bump that he wants. My goodness, there has been a lot of great pressure by Obscurity.
but still not able to get past the goalies.
Yeah, it's definitely odd. You know, the pressure has just mounted for Propel, but they are not being faced at all. If you were to put it into some more bold words, the pressure is just not getting to them, and their pressure is empty threats. Empty threats, as that's crazy, just trying to make a difference, trying to get the ball forward, but just can't do it as Pairs on the backboard. A lovely touch to just put it awkwardly so that nothing can happen, and that's Septi. What a shot, Callie! An easy save, easy as you like, really, right now. As, yes, it's 1-1, and yes, there's no real pressure, but that's Pairs, sorry, not having a goal happen from that. All three players just going up, and this could be bad. Multi Crispy, though. Lovely touch just to keep that pressure away, and the Sephora now with a bit of a whiff, but Callie's there to keep it away. And Liquid, this game is already so much more intense than the other two, I'd argue, just because of how pressurized this game has been. You know, I don't know who's going to win. Just who do you see winning this game in particular?
Obscurity has shown themselves to have a lot of control and pressure, but at the same time, while they have a lot of pressure, they have thrown themselves at the ball one too many times, and that third man has been in the play instead of collecting the defense. As they say that was a great play by Septi to get it into the middle, and everyone from Propel was way too far. They had all committed into that corner. What a great shot, as it is now 2-1 with a minute and a half. So the turning point goal did not happen at the 47-second line, as there was almost a kickoff goal. A little bit of a misplay there, as Callie's going to try and collect it, misses on the 50-50, and Septi tries to get another shot in. Melted Crispy wanted to have a shot on the net, but he had to shoot a little bit wide to get it around. Sephora's going to try and kick it in the middle, or just right in. Why not? Sure. Great goal. Tight angle shot right from the corner. Where was the defense? Was there anyone back? There was no. Oh, Septi was just getting back, but where was everyone else? I lost track of that play, but when you look at the replay, it looks like nobody was around for miles.
Yeah, it's very... Oh my god. Very worried. Oh my god.
All right, just don't worry about that goal. Just get your thought over the last goal, because this happened. It's clear that this happened. That was a kickoff goal with a mucked play, and just a great cleanup by Obscurity.
Yeah, this game is certainly... It's either Obscurity don't have a defense, or Obscurity are the best attackers in the game, and it's not the best combination to have, because they throw everything at one attack and have nothing left for their defense. And when they're on the defense, it just seems like they let everything get to them, and they let that pressure really destroy them a bit. And that's Callie now. Callie, double save! Oh my god! Now, look, it's very awkward teammates. They're not really positioned well for their defense, but, I mean, it doesn't really matter when they're about to win a game. 5 seconds left and they're on the forefront of an attack, and, you know, unless Pairs can keep this ball up, which Pairs seems to be doing crazy now on the sidewall, Callie to the middle, is it? And it's just down, and it's now a goal.
Well, you know what? Now these teams have made a liar out of both me and you. And frankly, I don't want to stand for it. Both our predictions are out the window. So now it's a question of, does Propel walk away with a 2-2 or a 3-1?
Oh, that's a tough question. That's a very tough question.
I think Obscurity, they've tasted what victory is like. It's another 1-goal game, so these are very, very close games. But this one, we saw a lot more goals happen. There was kickoff goals. There was a little bit of mistakes. There was dust-ups on either end. There was open nets. But if both of those teams, especially Obscurity, if they dial in their shots and get them lower, because that crossbar was eating all of their goals.
Honestly, I'm going to go for the opposite. I think Propel is going to get the 3-1, because, you know, Obscurity, while they have an insane amount of shots, they're not clinical enough. They have not kept their shots down, and I don't see them changing that in the space of one game, you know. One game is is a very unfortunate amount of time to have to perfect a game style and just having to keep that shot down. I mean, as someone that is a professional crossbar hitter myself, I don't think I'll be able to do that.
That is fair. If Obscurity keeps diving their third man in, I believe you're right. Propel has enough patience in order to wait them out and get those long, big booming clears. But Obscurity, what that determines is if Propel has enough wherewithal to make defensive plays, as here we see an unfortunate defensive touch, and Pears really didn't have a whole lot of chance to touch that. He gets an unfortunate touch, which turns that into an own goal. But at the end of the day, it is a goal for Obscurity, and they're leading this game. Now, I can't remember if the last time Obscurity led the game, if they won. Do you remember?
Indeed, they did. Obscurity last game led the goal to begin, and they won the game. So maybe it's all in the starting goal for them, because as we know, I disconnected. And yeah, so hopefully, well, not hopefully for me, hopefully for your prediction, well, secondary prediction's sake, they managed to hold on, because right now, Pez just they look like they're having fun. You know, they look like they are enjoying themselves and having fun, just jumping for the ball and going for it.
Well, if we see another ballet like we saw in game...
Oh my god, oh my god! Somebody clip it, somebody clip it! Fail of the week, surely.
Unfortunate that Pears thought the ball was going into the corner, and Crazy able to get that touch towards the net, makes it threatening. Callie just had to turn and not able to get in front of the ball, throws it into the net, and now they're chasing by two, and they are on top of each other, both Pears and Sephora. Sephora takes a defender out of the game, but doesn't create enough space as Callie throws it across the net for Sephora, not able to get it through all those players. Pears tries to get a touch a little bit harder than I think he expected, and here's Obscurity down and away as Callie tries to kick it all the way across, and it does not make it out of their end. Oh, Crazy got a little bit bumped there by Propel. Here's another, there's just midfield. The ball gets stuck in the midfield, and there just seems to be 3 or 4 cars that converge on a ball, and you never know where it ends up. Crazy had to dodge that demo as Callie looked like he was out for blood there. Melty Crispy tries to make a touch, not able to get past. And Septi tries to get the read. Callie now has an opportunity to throw it off the backboard. He wanted it. I think Waterfall didn't get the right way he wanted to. And Melty Crispy is low boost. Pears not able to get the touch as he did on the other way. Sephora got a touch. It was on the net, but it wasn't hard enough. He's going for a solo play. He's got 100 boost, but his teammates want to join as well.
Sephora now just trying to keep this ball in, trying to keep any hope and chance of a comeback alive. Ball gets cleared though. Crazy has a free net, and I don't know what Callie's thought process was there, but it's just an unfortunate goal to go in. Callie just didn't give enough pressure in, and it ends with another goal, and that scoreline now widening to 3-0. Propel, they just need to get their heads back in the game and get their minds back, or they could just be taking a 2-2 draw and then getting ready for their next series mentally, because they are on stream again. I believe. Wait, are they? I think so. Yeah, they are against Jubatus next stream, and they're on stream again.
Jubatus has always been a strong team, as far as I know, for RSC history. They're always someone to definitely be wary of when you go up against. And here we see Septi's got a lot of control. He's got a fair amount of boost as his teammates tries to help him. Melty Crispy not able to get where he wants to. Pears volleys that quite well, and he has two Obscurity teams to beat, not able to get it there. Crossbar coming out again as the best defender. Crazy throws it in the middle, but both of his teammates have buggered off to try and collect boost. Sephora removes the threat of Septi from his own end, tries to make a little bit of breathing room as Callie collects it in the corner. Melty Crispy has just been a thorn in their side, And there we see Seppi again on the ball, not able to get the boost that he wanted though in pairs. And Sephora collide. Crazy was beat handedly to that 100 boost. Melty Crispy doesn't get the flip that he wanted. Pairs is going to show him how, but Melty Crispy just about made him pay for touching the ball. Sephora is up. Mechanical play. Melty Crispy blocks. Callie touches. Melty Crispy tries to get it in the middle. What is going on? The ball just not going where any player is hitting it to.
Yeah, just very unfortunate. Sephora now and Callie finding each other finally to get a goal, and it's now 3-1, and hopefully we can start to see maybe a hopeful comeback for my prediction. But hopefully, this could be a start of maybe a couple goals in the last 50 seconds. We've seen more and less time in RSC. Crazy missing off kickoff, unfortunately. Could have been another goal, and that's Septi. Wow, what a touch. That's Crispy now to the middle. Crazy's there. Crazy gets a mistouch, and it's now Callie. Callie gets it past. It's now off the backboard. Double commit. You can't do that. That's what leads to a counter attack, and that's what can lead to a goal. And very unfortunate. And now Callie. Oh, 15 seconds. That time is really running dry now. And I don't see a comeback in this series. It's going to be tied out, I think. Because, yep, the series is going to end in a draw.
It's a bit of a nail in the coffin there by Melty Crispy, getting that great goal from a miss from Sephora. You gotta feel for them. They're probably a little bit reserved at this point. They wanted the win. They were the top team in this matchup, but at the end of the day, they're gonna come away with a draw, which is still better than nothing. They win 2 games. You still have a few more games. You're still pretty much in good contention for playoffs. A crossbar robs them of a 0-second goal. If anything, I would be going back watching the replays to see what the crossbar did out of this series of 4, to see what you can learn about defense. That was a great game between Obscurity and Propel. I thank both of those teams for showing up. That was a great game to watch. Unfortunately, there was a couple own goals, but at the end of the day, both teams should hang their head high for walking away with 2 big wins in their corner.
Yeah, definitely. Just looking at the post-series stats now, 2-2, and Obscurity had more goals in the end. That last game really must have put the nail in the coffin. 61 field domination too. That is incredible from that team. From Obscurity, just showing that they had a little bit more domination whilst also being reserved in what else they were doing, and it's just a great series overall. You can't grumble at a 2-2 at all, because it's just, I'd be happy with a 2-2.
Anything that's better than a 3-1 loss is fantastic in RSC. The series MVP goes to Callie with almost 2,000 points out of all 4 of those games. A big congratulations to that person with a fantastic showing. At the end of the day, there was a great prospect series. Jasper, are you sticking around for the next one? As you mentioned, Propel, they have to get their mind set to take on Jabatis, who has been, from what I remember throughout my tenure with RSC as a player, was always a contentious team.
Yeah, Jabatis, very good team, and I don't know if I'm sticking around. I don't know how my voice is feeling right now, as I did have to jump in very, very last second for this. But, there's always a chance you'll see my face. Don't go anywhere, guys. 18 minutes and we will be back with another series. Propel again versus Jabatis, and I know for a fact Propeller, they're going to have a good bit of momentum to propel themselves forward for next series.
Always fun casting with you, Jasper. Have a great evening, everyone.
Please come home soon.
It's that empty space, the one located in the corner of the room. It's the one I hide in. I keep my door open just a crack in case you come sneaking in at night. I don't quite expect you to, but the door's always open for you. Let the light shine through the walls. We'll see nothing really there at all. I see a figure, it's coming closer. My friend, I have been waiting for you. You're a wall full of bricks and I'm heading towards it. I never stop when I say, no matter which way I go, I'm certain to forfeit. I'd give it up if I could. I see all sorts of shadows pass and footsteps echo through the halls. These ghosts like to visit me, but I know that they won't abandon me. Let the light shine through the walls. We'll see nothing really there at all. I see a figure, it's coming closer. Coming in, I have nothing to hide.
You're such a dark creature with such a definitive shape. I'm like a shadow, I can feel you, but that doesn't make you real. It's these fake memories that bring you to life.
You're a wall full of bricks and I'm heading towards it. I never stop when I say, no matter which way I go, I'm certain to forfeit. I'd give it up if I could. It's that empty space in the back of my mind. I came here searching for so much, but now there's nothing to find. It's that empty space in the back of my mind. I came here searching for so much. I'm left with no place to hide. Vacant is the space placed before me. Emptiness is the valley inside. Barren is the space I was given. What have I made of it?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to RSC EU. We are here for our final series of the evening. It is week 9, and it is a crunch time clash between Propel and Jubatus in the prospect tier. The prospect of top 2 is very alive for these two teams. Propel just drew 2-2, which means a sweep for Jubatus means that they are going to potentially get themselves into a top 2 spot. Still 2 series left to play for them, though. 1 series left to play for Propel. I'm Tom Tinner. Alongside me is a man who I said in the green room has aged 5 years in the space of 2 months. It's Potter. Welcome along, Potter. It's welcome back to RSC.
Yeah, thank you, man. It's been a while, obviously, still been doing everything behind the scenes with GMing and playing as a player in the RSC, but casting, I took a little bit of a step out, but I'm back. It's good to be back, and there is no better series than what could confirm my team in the top 3 of Prospect this season, and honestly, I can't wait to see them play.
And, well, you can see the calendar up on your screen. Fearless Charlie lost to Anarchy. Then we did a Prospect double-header. Obscurity drew with Propel. Propel now playing against Jubatus. Really, Propel needed to get a win in that last series in order to put themselves in a better position for this one. But I think they'll still be encouraged that it is in their hands. Here are the stats. Slightly out of date. 43 wins for Propel, of course, picking up 2 in the previous series, so they have 3 points in it. I mean, Potter, you must be pretty confident in keeping this one alive.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. It's definitely something which can happen, and to be honest, knowing these guys, it probably will happen. Knowing the Prospect division, I don't think there's many 4-0s or 0-4s which go either way, just because the teams are so close in skill up and down the conferences here in the RSC. But I suppose this will lead us nicely into our predictions, Tom.
Yes, well, I have predicted a wonderful sitting on the fence 2-2. I think top of the table clash. It's going to be just like that as we look at our player stats for the time being. Couple of players, they disappeared on my screen. Never mind. Go for predictions. 2-2 for me. I think this is got everything on it. 2 teams that are going to want to be a little bit cautious as they head into playoffs. There's a lot to lose as well. So I think 2-2. I think it's going to be a bit cagey. I think it's going to be a bit awkward. I think you're a little bit more aggressive than I am.
Absolutely, Tom. And this is my franchise playing. And surely it can only go in one direction when my franchise is playing and I'm casting. And I've got the will of the prediction on my side. I'm saying it's going to be an 0-4 in terms of Jubatus winning this series. I say there's not going to be many 0-4s in Prospect this season, and there hasn't been. However, this one is definitely going in favour of Jubatus.
And I have to say, thank you very much to the RAF Storm Shadows as well for raiding the stream. Very appreciate that, and welcome to everyone who has jumped into the chat as well. We're ready to tell the players to join up and get into it. 4 games of very high stakes Rocket League ahead of us, and well, this is a very, very interesting series. I've told the players to join up. They're taking their time with it, so slightly stalling for the time being. There we go. Eventually, we get 6 players in, and well, Manfield Knights, the first of our arenas for this one. We're ready to get it underway. Here we go. 3-second count is on the board, and we're underway for the final game for Propel, who at the moment are playing in the white. Jubatus in that sort of pinky red colour. Silver's Raylight is going to clear this one away to the left-hand side. It's Pears who tries to take one forward. In the end, it rebounds back out to Sephora, who plays one into the left-hand side wall. Righty will take it off of him. Try and go central here for a teammate. Not able to find anyone. Downfield they go. It's decent defensive work. Spills out potentially to Callie, who takes a shot. Can't quite find the net. Sephora looking to follow it in. But the early attack, the early signs, pretty positive here for Propel, who might just find the net here. Silver's Raylight with it all to do. Propel definitely on the front foot early, Potter.
Absolutely, the offense is currently relentless. Surely an opening goal has got to be coming through. Everything is going goal-bound towards the Jubatus net, but nothing going over the line just yet. Sephora shot finally going to break that deadlock, opens the scoring for Propel.
And well, it looks like they've finally gone into the motions. Fiery starts here, and after just after 4 shots, they finally sneak one in. But anyway, Propel off to where they need to be. It's got to be a sweep here for Jabatas, otherwise Propel have secured for the time being that second spot. Otherwise, Jabatas will need to get 3 more wins. This might be a second goal, though, and it will be a second goal. It sneaks in from Sephora. And Propel doing exactly what they need to do.
Beautiful 50 from Cali to open up the space for Sephora just to slot the ball into. Wasn't a hard shot, but the open nets have still got to be scored, and they all count the same. Just a minute in, Propel up by 2.
4 minutes onto the clock, and Jabatas need to definitely find something here in order to, as we said, complete this impossible challenge. You'd think of the sweep, or at least get something out of this game in a positive direction. It's a save from Pavisa, and now pops back out to Sephora, who can't get it over the top of Silver's Raylight. Now maybe a chance for Jabatas to attack. Raylight is there, he plays it nicely into a teammate, goes all alone actually, and it's a little dink over the top of the defenders. And it's a fantastic way to get yourself back into the game.
Exactly, it's the first opportunity for Jabatas in this game. Their first shot on target, and it breaks through, breaks that Propel defense. Wonderful solo play from Silver's Raylight, and Jabatas one back. Could they find a second soon?
Well, they're going to need to find a second soon. Here comes Silver's Raylight off of the right-hand side. He's dilly-dallying with it a little bit, and Pears will take it off of him. Cali will receive on this right-hand side, go forward, look for perhaps a double touch. Pavisa snuffs out any suggestion of that idea. Here he goes now downfield, looking for the shot. He'll find the shot, but Cali's there, equal to it. Here goes Sephora now going forward, taken off of him by Righty. And what do you think here Jabatas need to do, Potter, to get themselves back into this game? Is it just a case of peppering that backboard again?
Precisely that, they've just got to shoot at the net. That's all it seems to be. We saw the opening 30 seconds for Propel, almost an opportunity coming through here as Pears goes up for it, finds a shot, it's rifled into that top left corner, and they find a third.
And Propel propelling themselves further into the lead. Pears waits on one, and Pavis not quite able to do anything with it. So 2:52 to go in this game one, and it's 3-1 to Propel at the moment, to kick us off once again. Sephora going to win the kick-off, and I think his teammate Cali will try and consolidate. Pears goes up for a 50 with Raylight, and in the end it's going to fall the way of Propel, who have an open net here. Pavis on the line, flicks it over one. Now has Cali to get the beating off, looks to build a bit of corner pressure here. Not quite able to do anything with it though. Now off of the corner it goes. Cali awkward in possession. Sephora takes it away, and now Pears can chase it down onto this left-hand sidewall. Pavis there, equal to it. And now Sephora trying to build a bit of pressure.
He's going up for it, looking for the edge. Might just bounce through all 3 Jabatas defenders. Pears with the 50. They're trying to just keep this one close. At the moment, Propel, all they need to do is delay time. When the ball hits the clock at 0 seconds, they will find themselves victorious. But Sephora, an unorthodox own goal, will find Jabatas back within 1.
Pavis off the left-hand sidewall. Sephora just not making the contact he would have liked with it. And there you go. That's Jabatas just keeping this game at arm's length, even though they are. He's not going to plan for them, making sure that they're in it for the time being. And Sephora will look to extend that advantage back to 2 here. He's caught in possession by Silver's Raylight, who chases this one down. Pears to beat. Teammate arriving into the centre. Surely there's no teammate in the centre actually, and it will be boomed downfield by Cali. Slightly frustrating there. He did all the hard work and no teammate there to help him. Righty takes it downfield. He's got someone to beat on the goal line. We'll loop it into the centre, only for Sephora to clear away.
Only as far though as to Silver's Raylight, who pops this one up, looking to get it past Cali. No boost to his name though. Just drop down into that bottom right hand corner. Cali again just booming this one away. Again, all they need to do is delay time, but it could just be an open net. Sephora with the shot, and what happened to the Jabatas defense, Tom?
Seemed to fall apart. It seemed to just be an overcommit. Everyone putting the eggs into the basket of scoring up the other end and levelling the game, and they find themselves back to square one, being 2 goals down. And I think that's a theme of this game so far, that every time Jabatas look to be getting back into it, they do something that puts Jabatas back into a greater lead. Here they go though. Form would dictate that it will be Jabatas to get the next goal. We'll wait and see. They've only got a minute and 13 seconds to make the job work. Silver's Raylight has got a bit of time here on the left-hand side. Flicks it over Pears. Pears in the end does well to recover. And it's got to be taken off of him by Pavasser. Sephora, though, getting up to it. Pears is on the line. He's got a clear goal to aim at. Righty is there. Up into the air it goes. And no doing.
Again, Jupiter starting to emerge. Perversa, the interesting player, assumed it was a shot attempt, however, went nowhere near the net. Perversa again trying to drop this one down. No one's going to be there. Third man really high up. Potential opportunity for Propel to break through once more. 40 seconds left on the clock. Juventus need to find a goal. They do as Kali misses it on the backboard. Drops down to Perversa, who slots it coolly into the back of the net.
Off the corner it goes, into the centre, and Chabatas get a lifeline with 37 seconds to go in the game. I said that form dictated they score the next goal, and it makes this game one very interesting indeed. Chabatas knowing they need to win by 3 here in order to take the top spot as they head into their final series. That would make it very easy for them. Obviously, Propel know that if they lose this series 4-0, then that second spot isn't theirs confirmed. They can guarantee a top 3 finish, though, tonight. That being said, Sephora here is in the centre. Silver's Raylight might take it off of him. He won't. He does very, very well. Cleverly chips it over 2 of them. And now with not a lot of boost to work with, has Kali in the centre. He can find him. It would be remarkable. He can't. And now with 8 seconds to go, it's Chabatas trying to have one last throw of it to try and keep this sweep alive in the early stages. It's going to hit the buzzer, and I think Propel are going to deal with it well up the other end. Pavasir keeps it alive. Can he go into the centre now? We've got 10 seconds into overtime, I think. Kali getting a touch onto it. Might they find a buzzer beater? They won't. Propel win the game regardless. And, well, there you go. Chabatas just not quite getting going, Potter.
I would say it was a deserved win in the end. Propel came out firing in the first opening 30 seconds. Their offense was relentless until kind of the ending minute where Jupiters, they were always chasing the game. They never took a lead in this first matchup, but it's going to be something they're going to have to do in game 2 and beyond should they want to come back in this series.
And, well, there you go. That, for now, is confirmation that Chabatas won't end the night second in the table, requiring to be on 44 points. Propeller now on 44 points. So all that Chabatas can do is make sure that they head into that last series within 4, basically, to try and keep that one alive. I don't have the goal difference stats, or is goal difference is our first tiebreaker, isn't it, Potter, if I'm not mistaken?
It is head-to-head. Head-to-head is the first tiebreaker.
Head-to-head, my bad.
And then over the 2 games which are played between the teams over the season, it's the goal differential between those 2 games, which is the second one. Third tiebreaker is goal difference overall throughout the season.
Thank you very much. So there you go. So obviously this would be one of those head-to-heads for you. We go over to Forbidden Temple, and it's all that awkward math stage of the season that I never quite like. Apparently Chabatas needs just 1 single match to confirm playoffs. Thank you very much. We've got a little bit of an issue with the players into the lobby. They eventually get there. And, well, we can get underway for this second game. But they'll want that top 2, I'm sure. Here goes Silver's Raylight looking to go forward. Have a sit. Going forward himself, and Chabatas with the early pressure loops up into the centre. Kali gets there, deals with it remarkably well. Sephora eventually clearing it away, and now Propel can have their first attack of the game. Kali off the right hand side gets the better of Silver's Raylight, who's got a bit awkward in possession. Pavasser now trying to take it forward, pops up out to the right hand side for Propel once again to have an attack. Kali going forward, not quite able to find anything. It's a good save from Silver's Raylight.
But allow Righty a shot straight at net. 2 players go for Propel, but they get the job done. Silver's Relay not able to make contact with this one. Sephora clearing it away. Perversa touch over, looking for his teammate Silver's Relay, who pops it up. Someone's got to be there though for the shot. No one going for it for Propel. It's a free chance for Jupiters to take, but it's skied high and wide over the bar.
Pavasser goes into the centre. Righty looks to get contact on it now. Pavasser turns it home, and Kali was on the goal line. I need to see the replay because I don't know whether he had a controller disconnect, whether he was just caught unsighted. I think he was caught unsighted. I thought for a second he was stationary, but Pavasser gets Chabatas into the lead, and that is 1 foot into playoffs.
4 minutes left though, still a very long way to go in this game. Jupiters though still coming. They want a second goal. They want this lead to be secured. It's the first lead they've had in the series, but they must hang on to it. Kali waiting for this one on that right hand side. We're going to take time. Has boost to work with. Opts for the pass though down to Pears. It's just kind of wasted away though. Passed up though, Silver's Raylight trying to find a touch just to keep the play going. All 3 players for Propel bunched up in that corner. Not going to be able to do much with the ball there. Kali needs a big booming clear. Misses it on the backboard once more. Pears had to come in and bail his teammate out.
As here goes Pavas looking to go forward. There's a demo on Pez. That allows a bit of space, but Sephora is there backing up his teammate. Silver's Raylight now taking it off of the baseline, looking to go forward down the left-hand side. Cali puts a strong challenge in and perhaps sways it in the favour of Propel. Here we go, still creating great pressure. Pez is up to it, open net to aim at, and he miscues. Awkward angle, I think. Didn't quite see it properly, though there's an overcommit. Not able to capitalise on it to Jabatus, and my word, it's a little bit of a moment of awkward Rocket League there. I thought someone had to score.
Really was, and it could allow an opportunity for Jupiters to find their much wanted second goal. Pezzo with no boost can only bang this one as far as to right. It's going to fall back to Cali with full boost, looking for Sephora on that right hand side full. Sephora taking control of this one, trying to force it back, potentially back to Cali over in the centre, but they get forced back once more. Jupiters, they're just hanging on at this point, getting the ball clear when needed to. Propel need one opportunity to try and find a goal which will tie up this game. Sephora could find this one, it's onto the back ball. Silver's Raylight's going to miss this one, could be a shot for Sephora. It's cleared away though once more by Perversa and this strong Jupiter's defense in game 2. Tom, I'm not sure what's changed, but it looks like an entirely different roster. Pairs slots the equalizer.
That's saying something, that it looks like an entirely different roster. And there you go. They've gone and levelled it. So Jabatus can't win at the moment. I'm sure they'll still be encouraged by the way this game has gone for them though. And of course, securing playoffs with that one win, as we've been told by chat. I mean, I hope that guy's not trying to stiff us and we're just going to call that they've got in playoffs and not correct. But I'll take his word for it. I could have sworn it was top 2 confirmed playoffs in RSC, and then I suppose not. But yeah, top 4, isn't it? And then 5th and 6th are play-ins. But correct me if I'm wrong. Been a while since we've covered RSC. Difficult as well to remember the 2 formats between ERS and RSC that are slightly different. Here goes Sephora looking to go forward. Cali now taking a shot. Righty will get there and able to clear it away. Pez is awkward. Silver's Raylight chased it down, takes a shot, but it's not on net. Still 3 Jabatus players inside of opposing quarters, and Pavasser eventually gets back for the save. More awkward than he would have liked though. And there's a goal. Sephora catches the defender in possession. And it is one of the most awkward goals you will see. Righty just didn't get the contact on it. I was almost trying to hand over to you, Potter. That was how sure I was that Righty was going to clear it away, but he didn't.
Was still a skill though in the end to be able to read the backboard to that extent and find the goal. Sephora goes again, does read the backboard, this time unable to find the shot on target. But ultimately, Tom, the things between 2nd and 3rd, both places in the top 3 confirm upper bracket. That's what these teams will be looking at. They just want the upper bracket finish. Propel at the start of the day was eyeing up that 1st spot. However, it doesn't seem like that will be the case after their 2-2 draw. All they want is that upper bracket finish. Then you've just got to beat who is in front of you. The cross-conference 2nd versus 3rd matchup is where their eyes will be heading next.
Yes, so thank you very much for that insight. Potter with Silver's Raylights on the stroke of a minute to go. Taps one home at the near post. And will save a little bit of face for Jabatus at the moment. Trying to get that one game that confirms the playoffs. So obviously, as Potter said, they're going to want to. Is actually the stat sheet has crashed on my left-hand side monitor, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. But anyway, that makes me blind a little bit. But it's to the happenings of this prospect here for the moment. But a little bit of work to do now for Propellers. Here goes Pavasser to try and secure the game. Surely shot comes in on the 2nd occasion, not going to find the nets. It's reversing into it. It's one of the Propel defenders off the backboard now. It falls for no one.
Perversa trying to touch this one back to Silver's Raylight. Sephora coming out, emerging with the ball on top of his car though. This one's just a break in the midfield. No one wants to challenge this ball. Righty shot going to go straight into the back of the net. Absolutely no spacing. As soon as Pez pushed to try and get this ball away, it was too little too late.
And that is a fine shot from Righty. That is, I was going to say, a 2nd goal of the game, and then the stats just popped off my screen. I'm having all sorts of computer issues at the moment. This is not ideal. But anyway, 23 seconds to go. Jabatus have a foot in the confirmation of the playoffs, even though it'll feel like a job half done for them at the moment. That 2nd spot is still eyeing, well, they're still eye up that 2nd spot, just to make that job a little bit easier. 7 seconds to go to try and find a goal for Propel. Pez is here at the back post, takes a shot, and Pavasser deals with it in a very, very fine manner. But there's still a little bit of hope here for Cali, who goes forward. Silver's Raylight's got to get there. Pez takes a shot. No one there for it. Cali keeps it alive. Cali still going here at the near post. Pavasser with a saviour medal. Finally, Righty looking to spike this one. Still in the air it goes. Sephora keeping it alive. Can Pavasur finally spike it? He can, and Jabatus are in the playoffs.
Indeed, they are, and deservedly so. Again, like I said towards the start of this game, coming out in Game 2 looked like an entirely different roster, and this is what we want to see more of this Jupiter's team. Propel now, it's about their response. The past has happened. Currently, the series score tied up at 1-1. It's how you respond and how you go. This next game in an RSC circumstance is massive, that match point kind of scenario.
So they are now confirmed playoffs. Jabatus, we know that much, as Tartarus on 35 points from their 68 games played. Obviously 72 is the magic number. So Jabatus are into the playoffs. Now they're after that second spot. That is the next thing to keep an eye on. They've got a series and a half now in order to do it. And I think now, Potter, if you'd agree, their attention's got to turn to winning this series 3-1 to mean that they've only got to get 2 wins, if I'm correct, from their final series.
Ultimately, Tom, you've got to beat who's in front of you. The circumstances are kind of there to say if they don't win this series, maybe they don't deserve that second spot, with Propel currently occupying it. If they win this series, it's then you've got to beat who's in front of you. If you beat who's in front of you, you do get that second spot. But ultimately, these games, as much as I don't want to discredit them at all, they're kind of for nothing. With playoffs confirmed for all the teams in the top 3, it's only the seeding which changes.
As back underway we go, it's Sovereign Heights, and Pears is going to be caught in possession quickly. His teammate Sephora has to clear it away. Downfield he goes. And again, over the top of one. Silver's Raylight's hit off of the right-hand side. Can he find someone in the centre? He can't. He's really awkward here. Callie gets it off of him. And Callie has the best chance of the game so far, really. Pavasur is equal to it. Now Sephora downfield. He's got to catch up to this one. Pavasur is there. He can't quite clamp it down to turn it home. What can Sephora do downfield? Pears is there. Difficult angle. Player on the line. And no doing.
Righty trying to get this one cleared away. Silver's Raylight allowed the shot. Sephora had to get back to scramble this one away. Second touch is absolutely crucial. Pears just trying to get this one away, gravitating towards the ball a little bit, and gets dunked, trying to play it across the goal line. It's absolute defensive discombobulation from the Propel side. They just couldn't get it cleared.
And there you go, Jabatus starting as they mean to go on. Of course, if they draw this series, that's also not a horrendous situation for them, because they can then, if my maths are correct, go on to sweep their next series, and maybe that's a little bit less complicated than this. So they can at least keep this one alive if they get the win in this one for second place. Callie clearing it off of the baseline, looks to go forward down the left-hand side. It'll be taken off him by Pavasur, who now goes forward. Off of the corner he goes, central. There is no teammate there though, and Sephora will take it away. Silver's Raylight is awkward to this one. Pears in the centre, surely has to be a goal, and no way has that missed. Just seemed to bounce off of 3 or 4 people before it rebounded out to the right-hand side. Sephora trying to keep an attack alive though. Pavasur in possession of the ball. Sephora takes it off of him. Silver's Raylight tries to go forward. Pears takes it off of him, and now Sephora on the right-hand side gets beaten to it by Righty. Callie now going forward. Sephora is there, can't redirect this one forward. And Pavasur has a little bit of space to breathe.
Silver's just missing this one. Pears doing so as well. They've got to keep this pressure up. We need more of the pressure, which we saw in the first 30 seconds of game 1 from this Propel side, should they want to come back into this game and utmost at least attempt to confirm their second spot at the moment. Jupiter's well in favour to overtake them at this current circumstance. But Callie, this one pops up over the ceiling. Sephora's there for the read. Sephora's there for the shot. It's into the bottom right-hand corner. Perfectly placed once more from who seems to be the leading front line of Propel.
And a little bit awkward on the line. 2 defenders just coming off each other and pinching it into the goal. Sephora will take goal credit and he'll be happy with that, I'm sure. 2:52 onto the clock. Then Sephora takes a shot, and in fact it's a kick-off goal. It's a cheat from Sephora. And it's a quick 1-2 to get himself and his team into the lead of the game.
It's what we love to see. You love it when it goes in your favour. You hate it when it goes against you. But ultimately, it's a part of Rocket League, and it happens to everybody at some point. Still, just over half the game to go. Jupiters can easily get back into this one, but Sephora with the 3rd shot of the game, looking to find their 3rd goal.
Righty now looks for the central position, where Silver's Raylight is waiting on it. And eventually Propel look to get this one clear. They don't actually. I take that back. Now Sephora tries to take it clear. Silver's Raylight keeping the pressure alive. Cali is onto it. Righty takes it off the corner. Can he build a bit of corner pressure? Teammate in the centre, Pavasur drops it down, but drops it wide. And Cali finds space to work with. Pavasur takes it off of him. Sephora clearing it away. A bit of ping-ponging inside of the Propel area. Silver's Raylight not able to do much with it. Cali defends well. Now is off on his bike to try and find some boost. Silver's Raylight at the near post, taps it home and squares the game.
Beautiful pass infield off of the corner from Righty to find his teammate. Cuts the shot perfectly, slots into the roof of the net, and that is one way to tie up a game.
2 minutes and 5 on the clock as we get kicked off once again for the 5th time in this game. 4 goals plus, of course, the initial kick-off. Silver's Raylight can't get there. It's Cali. Can't get to it either. And oh, it's a horrible-looking miss at a difficult angle. And maybe just the moment for Chabatus. Silver's Raylight will try and rebuild off of his own goal line. Pez is there to try and steal it off of him. Will steal it off of him. You can't give anyone any time here in this sort of Rocket League. That being said, he's dealt with it well. And Pavasur can rebuild off the right-hand side into the centre. There is a defender there, and Silver's Raylight having to sweep as the 3rd man to make sure that it's not going to go in a positive direction. 1:30 on the clock, Potter. How do you assess this one ending? Silver's Raylight takes a shot, excuse me. There you go, Potter.
I can give you a one-word answer, or I can analyse it, so I'll give you both, and I'll say painfully. After what we've seen all of these games so far, it's got to be an overtime, and it's got to be just one goal, which should be easily saved by the other opposition. That's the one way I can see this going, but it's only going to end in dramatic fashion. 50-50s in the midfield. This could just be an own goal. That would be dramatic fashion. Silver missed it. If that was goal round, it might have just creeped into that far right corner.
Thank you, Masters GG, for the Tier 1 sub on the Twitch. Helps the league fund their prize pools and things like that, as well as our wonderful sponsors, of course. This is Righty going forward. Silver's Raylight looks to get there, takes a shot, but Sephora is able to clear it away. Now he goes down the right-hand side. Righty gets a very, very good demo in. Silver's Raylight here, 30 seconds to go, and it's still all square. Potter, maybe a bit of overtime.
Just maybe. It's on the horizon. It's looking directly at us, but still 19 seconds of Rocket League to go. Absolutely anything can happen. Cali just trying to delay time, flicks it over one, trying to get it past the second, but Righty's there to keep the offense going for Jupiters. They want a late equalizer. They want a late winner. Silver's Raylight is going to put it back into the mixer once more. Pairs had to deal with the pressure. Silver's again keeping this one up, going in favour of Jupiters this time around. Shot should be coming through, but nobody there. Don't want to take that risk, and the ball does hit the ground. We have overtime.
Game 3, first overtime of the series. Trying to keep that second place dream alive. Jabatus trying to secure second place. Propel, but that is Silver's Raylights to turn it home. Make it a very quick overtime indeed. Cali just a bit lazy in possession. Silver's Raylight turns it home. Difficult angle, but a very nice goal.
Very nice in favour of Jupiters as they eye up second place once more. However, for Propel, didn't seem to be good enough off of that kickoff. 9 seconds is all it took for Jupiters to find their winner. Again, it's about the response. They need to regain. All they can get is a draw, but it's one game more which Jupiters would have to find against their next opposition.
And, you know, I think almost maybe this is their last game of the season, obviously. I mean, these are your boys. You can ask this question, answer this question fantastically, Potter. Are you maybe tempted to say, look, it doesn't matter what happens here, because we know at the very least we're probably top 3. We're into the playoffs anyway, and even if our job is harder, we'll just relax here, not put too much pressure on ourselves and burn ourselves out for that playoff run.
I've been saying it to them all season. They've been stressing over trying to get this first spot. I said to them, you know, all you got to focus on is getting the upper bracket, then you got to beat who's in front of you. That second life in the RSC, in the double elimination format, which the playoffs is absolutely huge. It doesn't matter if you've got that extra series. If you are good enough to win the entire division, you can take down anybody in the extra series, would not be an issue. But this is a situation they found themselves in. Obviously, they will be wanting to aim and finish as high as possible. And the only thing they can do now to try and make that a reality is win this game here, and then that's it, and it's out of their hands.
Righty here, he's going to find Pavasur, who looks to go forward, and I think that sums it up very nicely. You've got to remember as well, the prospects don't get a big break, because they're first. They're the lowest tier. They're blessed with having to have their playoff run first, so it's not quite a nice little cushy weight that the Masters get and the Premiers get as well. Here's Cali looking to go forward. Obviously, Challenger don't get much of a break either. Here goes Pavasur going forward off of the backboard. Pairs will clear it away. And not as far enough though, and Righty here is going to try and tap it in. Got a bit of help from Cali, and I think he wouldn't have liked how difficult that was for himself, but regardless, it's a lead.
It is a lead, and again, it just didn't seem like the defense was there for Propel, but again, the offense coming through for Jupiter's 30 seconds in. Still loads of time to find an equalizer, to find a winner, or for Jupiter's to even extend their lead more.
Pavasur is looking to go forward. Sephora will clear it away. Not really far though, and Jabata's smelling blood here. They shoot again, miss, and Sephora takes it away out to the left-hand side. Can he get Propel back into this game and back into the driving seat for this second spot? It's off of the near post and not quite going to find its way in. Here goes Jabata's once more going forward. Shot from Silver's Raylight. Cali with the save, but Silver's Raylight again. Pairs now with a good save.
Sephora up for this one. We know what this guy's been capable of all series. Looking for the dunk onto Pavasur. Didn't come through. This one's going to bounce into the mid. Shot from Cali's on target. No, it's not. It comes off of the post. Silver's really there to deal with the oncoming threat as well. But the ball out to Cali once more off the corner. Looking for Pairs infield. Looking for Sephora infield. Everybody misses. It could just be an open net for Jupiter's, but Pairs able to get back in time.
Cali is trying to take one off of the baseline. Here he goes forward once again. Silver's Raylight gets a 50 and gets the favourable 50 to keep Jabata's in the lead for the time being. Silver's Raylight here goes forward, and Cali clears it downfield. Pavasur is on the line. There's a bump from Silver's Raylight. Oh, it's a bit of an awkward bump actually. He went in for afters. And Pairs will sweep this one away, but Silver's Raylight gets onto it quickly and finds the net and doubles the Jabata's lead. And I have to say, after a shaky start in this series, they really, really have found their stride.
They truly have, and it's a brilliant shot. Rifled into that bottom right-hand corner from Silver's Raylight once more. 2 goals for Jupiter's, 2 goals which Propel need to find a way to overturn. The kickoff goal went in their favour last game, but they need another one here. It will help them out massively.
Righty will take it forward. Off of the corner he goes, now looking central. Pairs clears it away. Silver's Raylight won't quite get there. He waits on it, and in fact, if I was his team manager, I'd have a heart attack at that moment, but he seems to have it in hand now. Pavasur going forward, not a lot of boost to work with. Cali gets there first, gets a strong boot in. Pairs will take it away. It's now Pavasur into the centre. Is Righty there? No, Cali takes it off of him, and Pairs will give chase, trying to find a lifeline in this game, which they haven't found yet. Righty takes this one forward. This can't be on net, can it? Cali's there regardless. And with 2 minutes and 18 to go, Potter very much Jabata's in the driving seat.
Really is, and Propel need to find a way to flip the switch. They've been gravitating towards the ball. They just need to, take a step back, take a touch, and not get dunked by Silver's Raylight, who finds their second goal of this game.
And that finds its way in, and Jabata's really, really running away with this now. And that third spot, they're going to go within 2 points of it, so they'll only need to win 3, potentially 2, having won this series. I don't know what the head-to-head is from the first game. Here's a shot from Pavasur to make it even worse, and he does! And it's 4 now. And Potter, this must be very difficult viewing.
Yeah, no, you've summed up perfectly. It's a hard watch. It's strange to cast as well, because instead of me giving all the credit to Jupiter's, I'm kind of being there, like, Propel, you could do this better, you could have done that, this is what you need to do, because that's just how I look at it from being their GM. But ultimately, it's been a brilliant showing from Jupiter's, and in their hopes, long may it continue.
It's alright, I'm an Aston Villa fan, I'm used to the feeling. Here goes Pairs out to the right-hand side. Silver's Raylight will try and take it away into the centre. He goes, it might be 5 here, and it will. And the floodgates are opened.
Propel, I suppose they're just trying to go for everything they can. They realise that there's not really much time on the clock. They're diving for every single ball, trying to get any last gasp attempt at a potential comeback, but nothing is going their way. There's a minute 38 left for Jupiters to kill, but we've got a firm idea of where this direction, of where this game is heading.
Kali, maybe to try and save a little bit of something from this game, looks to take it forward. Goal difference might be important later on. We don't know how the equation's going to work out. Sephora here going forward. Kali has a bit of work to do, chasing this ball back. He's forever chasing it back. Eventually, with the pad he's picked up, will try and go forward. So as Raylight takes it off for him, looks to make it 6. Sephora finally clears it away. In fact, he hasn't cleared it away. He's run on to boost, and Righty takes it off for him. Now into the centre he goes. Pass takes it away. Silver's Raylight keeps it alive. Can he drop it in? No, Righty might be able to. Pavasur, now it's a good save.
It's a brilliant save at that as well. When you can't read who's going to be hitting the ball in front of you, everybody's flailing about, and you really can't tell what's going on. It's really hard to save, but Jupiter somehow don't come out with their 6th goal this game. As Kali's got time and space in the defense, Sephora went looking for a bump to open up more space, but as time continues to click down, it's safe to say Jupiter should be coming away with this game.
Righty down the left-hand side, 30 seconds to go. He gets a demo on Sephora, still going for blood here. Arjubatus, but not quite doing it yet. Still only 5 here, double demo. That's quite aggressive. Kali's there, spills it out. Righty has a good shot, and Pairs is there. 10 seconds to go. It's a bit of a non-contest at the moment. Silver's Raylight takes a shot to try and get maybe one more goal to make it 6. They won't. And the ball goes downfield. I'd be very surprised if anyone tries to keep this up, and indeed they don't, or at least if they did try, it wasn't very successful. Jubatus win, and Jubatus find themselves in a very, very nice spot to go and take 2nd place, Potter.
They really, really do. I suppose if you look at it from their situation coming out, they've got the momentum now of this series win. They're going to have to take it into their 2nd series, and they should be looking at that 2nd series. That 2nd place, sorry. And if they don't get that 2nd place, then something has gone terribly wrong.
Well, there's still a bit of hope for your boys. 43 points. Jubatus on 43 themselves, aren't they? Wow. Okay, 44 points on 43. So they need 2 wins, basically. So they need to win 2-2. I mean, at the end of the day, I think you're right there. That is definitely theirs to lose. But it's been a good run. Is this now for you? Watch that Jubatus game, or keep track of the score, but also think actually in the grand scheme of things it doesn't really matter for us because we've got our playoffs. We're just going to play what's in front of us.
You kind of say there, and you're like, you know what? We've got to play who's in front of us. Whatever happens, we've got upper bracket. It's a case of whether we play 2nd in the other conference or whether we play 3rd in the other conference. And like I was saying earlier on, if Propel believe that they're good enough and say that they are good enough, they go into that series in the upper bracket, they will beat who's in front of them, and they can go on. But the question is, are they good enough to go ahead and beat everybody, win the championship? And they are questions which need to be asked next Saturday.
Yes, well, next Saturday is when it all kicks off and gets underway for the RSC playoffs, which I have to say, a series MVP, by the way. So it was Raylight. Fantastic performance from him. 6 goals in 4 games, 14 shots, 7 saves, 4 demos and 4 assists. But as we come back to the cameras to round this one out, next Saturday is when it all kicks it off, but we've still got playoffs to decide. Some people haven't even got that just yet. It's only our first stream of the week. Thursday, we are back. Sunday, we are back as well. And then obviously next week, the playoffs get underway. But, well, I have to say, I haven't casted as much this season as I have last season. But this is my last stream of the season before we get into playoffs. So I thank you all very much for having me again. 3rd season with the RSC. Thank you, Potter, for joining me. And thank all of our wonderful sponsors as well. All of them at the top of, hopefully I pointed to them correctly, at the top of your screen. Very exciting new sponsorship for this season in Rule 1. And they've been fantastic support as well. But we thank you all very much for watching. And we'll see you all later. Good night.
You
You're not afraid. You're starting to believe that you're right. When you wake up feeling starry-eyed and how the world returns the favor. It's out of our control. In the end, we'll never know. You're taking minds unrivaled by the bitterness we speak. Listen up, it's all so pitiful. This energy we own, yes, lost its meaning. You're not the same. You're starting to believe all the signs. When you wake up feeling nothing's right, and now your world is sinking deeper. You're just another hollow cry, another situation. Be a positive light, or fade into the distance. It's out of our control. In the end, we'll never know. You're taking minds unrivaled by the bitterness we speak. Listen up, it's all so pitiful. This energy we own, yes, lost its meaning. Riding through our sins, wishes in every direction. Unforgiveness. Wait, what is the sign? What is the sign? Wishes in every direction. Wait, what is the sign? It's out of our control. Yeah, we'll never know. You're taking minds unrivaled by the bitterness we speak. Listen up, it's all so pitiful. This energy we own, yes, lost its meaning.
Are you happy with the life that you've led? Do you love who you lie every night within bed? Are you content with all the places that you've been? You can't write the stories if you put down the pen. I'm lost in my own mind. I'm trying my best not to fall far behind. Lost in my own mind. And I am trying my best not to fall far behind. Sitting at the table with your friends. You can't tell me when this will come to an end. But it's taken my all not to be afraid. But what do you have to say about the life you've made? You told